Last week was chaos. See, journals, it is not 101. This is someone else. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rianne for anyone who's new here, and if you're not new, then welcome back. This video is a bit different from the content that I normally put out because I don't really create videos about becoming your best self just because I don't know who she is yet. Like, I'm still trying to figure out who my best self is, but that is one of the reasons why I did start doing YouTube in the first place, so that I can document my journey and hopefully help and inspire somebody in the process. So here we are now, and this is what we're doing. This is the type of content that you're interested in. I have got one other video that is quite similar, and that is the healthy habits for 2024 video. So if you want to go check that out, then you always can. And before we get into the video, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. Send this video to anybody who you think would find it useful. And also, can I just say real quick, guys, my makeup, I feel like I kind of ate today. That's all I had to say. That's all I had to say. But anyway, let's get into the video for real now. Rewind a little bit to how I actually decided to create this video. Last week was chaos, just pure chaos. Nothing went right. I broke all of my routines. Eating junk food last week. I wasn't really going to the gym that much. I wasn't going to sleep on time. I was not going to my lectures or my seminars. I got a fine. We're not going to talk about the fine, but just know I got a fine. That was how I started the week. You know when your whole life is just out of order, like nothing is going right and you're not even taking the steps to correct it either? That's what last week was for me. My point is, last week I just was not myself. I didn't get anything important done. I wasn't eating right. I just didn't make the most of my week. I wasted time last week, like serious time, which is what made me realize it's time for a restart, a reset and a refresh, possibly even a rebrand. Now, just because this video is titled Getting My Life Together does not mean that my life is together at all, because it's not. Like, it's really not. But this is just me taking steps in the right direction, and hopefully you guys can take some tips and implement it into your lives and see if it helps you. All that matters is that everything I do needs to be pushing me closer to who I want to be. That's it. That is purely the aim of this video, not for you to have your whole life in check. Now, my theory as to why last week went so wrong was because I did not have a plan. I did not have a plan in place. I'm a law student in my final year. It is currently exam season, as in my final exams. No more exams after this. This is the last time that I'm doing these exams. I'm a bit stressed, I'm a little bit on edge. On top of all of that, I have things I need to do. I don't just go to uni, like I'm not just a uni student. There are other things that are important to me. There are other things I need to do on a daily basis. So of course, all of that together equals stress. One thing I do whenever I feel stressed is I write down a list of every single problem, let's just call them problems, that I may have. I make a list of anything that's stressing me, anything I'm upset about, and then next to that list I will make a whole nother list of solutions to each of those problems. This just kind of helps me put things in perspective, because in my head, when I say I'm stressed, I would think I have 101 things to do, but then when you write it down on paper, you will see that you're probably stressed about 5 things. It is not 101, it is 5 things that you are stressed about. That really just helps me to kind of calm down, because it makes me realize I do not have to do as many things as I'm thinking I need to do, so I'm not as stressed as I'm making myself feel. An example would be, for me right now, it is exam season, so I'm a little bit stressed about how many topics I need to revise, but what I did was, my solution is, I wrote a topic list of every single topic for all of my modules that I need to go over. I designated different times throughout the week just so that I can go over those specific topics. That way I get all of them done and I know when I'm getting it done as well. You can do this on your notes page, but me, I love journaling, guys. You see journals? It's my thing. I've always been telling people they should get into journaling. With my journal from last year, sometimes I flip through it and I look at all of the things I was listing as like problems and things I was stressed about, and those are not things I'm currently dealing with anymore. Everything in this book is history, and it's just really interesting to kind of go back and like look at what you did on different days and just how you felt on different days, and just mainly knowing that the things that you were stressed out about last year don't even cross your mind anymore. So anything I'm now writing in this book that's stressing me out today, next year I'm gonna look back at it and not even remember what I was talking about. Writing is so relaxing, guys. Like, you see me in the morning or in the evening just spending time writing down different things. I genuinely find that process relaxing. Plus, when you write things down, it actually engages your brain more than when you're typing, because writing takes longer than typing, so you're actually thinking about what you're writing down more than you would if you were typing it. So I would suggest doing this on paper, but you can always use your notes page if you want to. Another essential step to your reset is putting new routines in place. So I don't do this often, but when I do, then I implement completely new routines, and I love it. Like, personally, the feeling of knowing that you've got a new routine is just very relaxing, it's fun, and it's kind of like you're on a mission in a way. If you've already got good routines in place and you're happy with your routines, then it's more a matter of getting back into them and making sure that you're staying consistent with them. But for me, this time when I did this whole reset thing, I had to implement completely new routines. So this meant a new morning routine, a new nighttime routine. I set certain times when I go to the library and how long I stay there for. Like, I literally have my life planned down to a T. Well, not my life, obviously you cannot plan your entire life out, but the things I do have control over, then I do feel like I'm pretty much in control of those things. For example, I used to go to the library whenever I felt like it, and I would not have any plan of how long I was staying there for. Now, on different days, I know how long I'm spending in the library, when I'm going. I even know what I'm revising on those days. And ever since I've implemented these new routines, I've had enough time during the day to do everything that I need to do. I'm not wasting time anymore. I comfortably go to the gym 5 times a week now, and I used to complain saying that I didn't have time to go 3 times. As in, there's 24 hours in a day. I don't want to be one of the 24 hours in a day warriors, but there are 24 hours in a day. I sleep for 8, and I'm saying that I can't get everything done in the other 16. It just doesn't really make sense. My life before, it just wasn't making sense. It just was not making sense. My new routine means that I go to sleep at 11. Even though I'm not sleeping, I'm in bed by 11. So that means by 11:30 or 12, I am actually sleeping. I wake up at 7 every morning. And the good thing about that is that when you wake up before, say you wake up before 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., you get so much more done by midday. And then by midday, you're like, oh, I've already done most of the things on my list, so what else can I add now? So you've just genuinely got more time to do things, because when I wake up in the afternoon, I don't like feeling like I've just wasted a day. If I wake up at 2 p.m, I might as well sleep until 6 at that point. When you wake up early, you can get so much more done. So I would definitely recommend trying to go to bed at a decent time so that you can wake up feeling energized at 7, 8 maybe. Even 6 a.m. if you really want to, because that's what I used to do, but that just didn't work for me anymore. So yeah. So now we've got a list of problems, a list of solutions, we've got new routines in place, and now the next part is probably one of my favorites, and that is cleaning your space. So during my life reset, I have to declutter my space. So when I say declutter, I don't just mean kind of sweeping the floor and wiping down my countertops. I mean as in going through cupboards, going through boxes, and throwing away old things that no longer have any purpose being in my room. Like, just, you know, when you have old clothes that you know you will never wear them again, you know, when you have random things that you just don't need, like random anything, throw it away. Guys, I love doing this. I used to be a bit of a hoarder, but then obviously I broke out of that, and now I'm obsessed with throwing away old things. Like, you will not find one thing in my room that I don't need. I have a justification for every single thing that I own right now. Stress is like a side effect of living amongst mess. Essentially, that is what you're living in, chaos. So just declutter your room and throw away old things, because it will make you realize that some of the things you're holding on to, you really don't need them anymore, and you hold too much weight in some of those things. So with that, it's really a situation where it's out with the old and in with the new. Now, a little story time about how I actually got introduced to decluttering my space and realizing how important it was. In my second year of university, I was moving out of my accommodation, and long story short, I moved in a removal truck. Like, as in, you know what, I spoke about this in my last video, but I went to uni in a van because I brought everything with me. Half of those things I did not use them, half the clothes didn't wear them, but I wanted to bring them back to London with me. But because I didn't go back to London in a van, not everything was fitting in the car. And obviously it was a last minute arrangement because my dad was supposed to bring me back to London. But anyway, fast forward now, my mum said to me that some of my old things, we were gonna have to throw them away. Guys, I started crying in the car park of my old accommodation. Like, it was like a big dramatic thing, and it's really funny looking back at it now, but at the time I was so upset. Like, I was even saying that I would go back to London on a coach so that my things could have more space to be in the car. I don't remember what half of the things that I threw away were anymore because they were not important, but to me those random things were like everything for some reason, and that's just because I was holding on to them for what reason? I don't even remember now. And then anyway, my mom literally said to me, she was like, Rianne, if you throw away these things, you can just buy more. Like, you could buy new things, it's all right. Because I wasn't throwing away anything that important. Like, I'm talking about a mirror, some old clothes. I think I was my shoe boxes. I had to throw away 3 shoe boxes. Why was I in tears? Like, when I say in tears, as in, you know, you're sobbing loud in a car park in Nottingham. Like, that's what I was doing last year, July, moving out of my accommodation. So anyway, the moral of the story is you can replace these things. It's not everything, it's all right. Especially if they're things you have not used in ages. It's just not that serious. Get rid of it. Now, the final thing that I do when it's time for a fresh start is self-care. Now, self-care is everything in a time where you're just trying to get your life together, because for me, if I look put together, then I'm more likely to act put together, and if I act put together, I'll feel put together. So, you know, it's kind of a situation, not fake it till you make it, but in a way it kind of is, just a little bit. The girls know what an everything shower is. Just an everything shower, everything. Now, for me as well, because I do like wigs, y'all know I like my wigs. I like wigs. I do like wigs, so I do also make sure that I take time to care for my natural hair as well, because I don't want to be wearing wigs and then underneath my hair is just, you know, chaos. So I would say something that I do enjoy during this whole fresh start season would be washing my hair, like just taking out a whole day to really care for my natural hair, washing it, deep condition it, protein treatments in my hair, trim the ends, maybe even wear my natural hair out for a little bit. Obviously, as you guys can see, that's not the case. I'm getting my natural hair done in 2 weeks, but as of now, I'm still wearing wigs. Even though people have seen this bob before, it just feels a bit different this time. Like, I feel like this is part of my rebrand. This isn't Rianne. This is somebody else. This is someone else. Another thing is making sure that my skincare is on point. Like, I just really want to go into this fresh start feeling good, fresh face. Once again, in this video, I have got a full face of makeup on, but underneath the makeup, my skin does look quite good right now. So this just means your hair, nails, lashes even. So these are strip lashes right now. I had individual lashes on last week, but then, you know, when they just start looking a little bit, you know, they're looking a bit scary, I took them out. That was part of my fresh start. Now I'm back to strip lashes again, or just plain natural face. My nails, so I'd say getting your nails done or just having your nails looking presentable, even if that just means that you're filing them and maybe putting on clear polish on top of them, then that's enough for you to feel more put together. I feel like the self-care part is different for everybody because everyone holds weight in different things. Some people might not really care about how their hair looks versus some people, hair is everything to them. Some people might not really care for like individual lashes or nails, etc. It is all down to you. But for me personally, I just feel like all of these things put together just really make me feel happier. But that's all on the external side. Now internally, during this whole restart, I made sure that I was eating healthier because last week I said that I was eating a lot of junk food. So this is kind of like a detox in a way. I'm not fasting right now, but I did cut out junk food completely. Back to eating nutritious meals and drinking smoothies in the morning, Greek yogurt for breakfast. These things actually bring me happiness, that's the thing. In my healthy habits video, I did go into a bit more detail about why eating healthy is important, but I feel like overall it does genuinely make you feel more motivated and you stay up longer, you get more things done, you're just happier overall. That is everything for this video. I hope that it's helpful to somebody and I hope that you guys are able to implement these things into your lives. And I just really hope that you guys like this kind of content because I'll be honest, I enjoyed recording this. I really enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys did too. Do not forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.